Welcome back to the Jason Reuter girls basketball program here on BCHS.TV. I'm your host, Gary Ownbey, being joined by head coach Jason Reuter today and a couple of Bearettes. And Coach, we've talked to some senior Bearettes and junior Bearettes. We got a couple of the future Bearettes here and freshmen, Sloan Carpenter and Hannah Jones. I'd like to welcome you guys to the show and talk about the success we've had. But Coach, let's start with you today as we always do. Going back since we had our last interview in our program, we won a district tournament. We took care of business in 2 straight games, played really well against McMinn County, and then also we played well against East Hamilton to win their 10th straight championship in District 5 AAA. And you got to be pleased. I know you're not always happy, but you got to be pleased with the outcome of those games and the margin that you won by both of those.
Absolutely, Gary. I'm very proud of our girls. You know, you can't take winning for granted. I know that comes off the tongue really easy. 10 in a row. There's been some blowouts. There's been some nail biters, but I'm just as proud of this one as I am the first one. That says more about the program than it does in one individual. 10 years. That's 10 graduating classes.
You're sustaining a lot of excellence.
That's a lot of players that's came through, and you know, I've been blessed to have a lot of good players. These 2 young ladies sitting on both sides of me, that's the reason I have them here today. They're part of our future, and you know, we're not promised anything. We weren't guaranteed a victory Monday night. I know it looked easy if you were there, but it took a lot of work to get to that point. We've had to go through some adversity. We've had injuries. We've had a lot of different things. But to go undefeated again in the district and to represent Bradley Central with its long tradition, I think that was the 64th district or 60.
Yes, 60 something. Yeah, I believe it's 64.
So to be part of 10 of those, I'm
Yeah.
blessed. We all know Jim Smitty. You know, I'm not going to go through the history, but I mean, I'm sure he won the majority of those. But I'm just honored to be the head coach and looking forward to the future and winning more with people like I got next to me here.
Well, you're off to a good start in your program. You know, you've got to that level where we need to be, and you sustained that level. And a couple of freshmen here. Let's go ahead and talk with Sloan on the far side there, Sloan Carpenter. I know her. I've seen her play in middle school, and of course, I know you did coach. And Sloan is very well connected when it comes to Bradley athleticism. You got a brother, twin brother, Trevor, who's on the basketball team. You've got a brother, Tucker, who was on the football team this past season. Of course, Tyler, your older brother, he was a record-setting wide receiver for the Bears on football as well.
And my mother was a Bearette.
Yeah, her mother's a Bearette, so it's in your
dad
bloodlines, you know.
He played
football.
Played football?
And basketball.
Yeah, he sure
And
did.
I think baseball too.
So Sloan, how big a transition is it going from middle school, where you're very good at Lake Forest, into the Bradley High School varsity program?
It's a lot more challenging.
A lot more challenging?
Yes, sir.
You're getting an awful lot of playing time. You know, you're one of the first off the bench, you know, at the point guard position. You and Ashley Crittenden in relief of Jemiah, and then young Hannah Jones here. And you stand what, 5'6" or so?
Yes, sir.
5'6", and Hannah, how tall are you?
I say 5'11" and a half.
5'11", how 6 foot then? In
Get
other
that
words,
half inch in there.
yeah, I got to get that half inch in there. So, Coach, I agree with you. I've seen both these girls in action a lot of time, and they've gotten better and better. And I guess they're not really freshmen. I don't call them freshmen now. They got a year under the belt. They're basically playing as sophomores, I think, because they've got a lot of playing time. And when you're in a program this successful, that we're able to put some opponents away early sometimes, you get to play a lot of kids, you know, and that just reinforces and enhances their skill levels, I guess.
It's good and bad, but I hope it's all good at the end. You know, I've told stories about kids that didn't start until their senior year for me and signed full scholarships. Mm-hmm. Kayla Withrow comes to mind. Didn't start till her senior year, and she went to Auburn Montgomery
Super
on a
career.
scholarship and set 3-point shooting records down there. So these kids will be starting before their senior year, but they would be starting on a lot of teams in the state of Tennessee right now, varsity.
Yeah.
But they want to be here, and I think, you know, I'm going publicly and telling you what I think about them, but I've told them privately how much I'm expecting out of them. We're not promised anything, but they have the ability, they have the want to, and she's playing big minutes now because of our need at the point guard. Mm-hmm. Hannah Jones is every bit as talented, but a different position where we have a lot of depth there with Anna Walker and Anna Mahonen and Alexis Barnes, and so it's just a lot about positioning. So, but these are two fine young ladies on the court and off the court, and they're exactly the type of kids that I want to coach. And as long as I got kids like this to coach, then I'm going to be a happy man.
I think you'll be quite successful there. And now, Hannah, both of you are freshmen, and you're what we call one of the bigs. You know, anybody's 5'10" or 5'11", so that's a big to me. I mean, I'm 5'7", I guess, but you're getting a lot of time on the floor, and we're going to lose two bigs this year.
Yes, sir.
And we got two that's going to graduate, Anna Walker and Alexis Barnes. So your playing time probably is going to get significantly much more to be next year.
Yes, sir.
You know, as the season goes on. So, what do you think would be your main job? What would you like to improve your skill set in this?
Being strong with the ball, making sure that I finish and get rebounds, and also shooting out in the perimeter more.
How about free throws? How good are you at the free throw line? I haven't seen you shoot many free throws.
Sometimes I can shoot them pretty well, and then sometimes it's just way off and they don't go.
How about you, Sloan? You're pretty good at
It's
the free throw
different
line?
every game.
Every day, depends on the day of the week or whatever. Well, I know it looks easy, you know, from a point of view of a fan just watching the game. Say, hey, how can you miss a free throw? But hey,
Yeah.
when it's on the line, like we've seen, you know, in some recent games, it's tough out there to make those. But it's there with practice. That's what it takes, and listen to some good coaching there. But, Coach, let's go back to the tournaments. You won two big games. You had, I think, 4 girls on the all-district team. Anna Walker named the MVP, and she has been outstanding. 28 games one night and 24 the second night, I believe, and there's no question she was the MVP of the tournament. You got a big game coming up tomorrow night. We're recording this on Thursday. Now we get into the win or go home phase of the season with the region starting. You're going to be here at home, which is a good thing, in Jim Smith Arena, playing the Cookville Lady Cavaliers, which we've seen several times in postseason and some back earlier in the regular season. But what do you see when you look at them, way of preparation that year? Are they tall? Are they short? Are they fast, quick shooters, defensive minded, or?
Well, we've got a total of 4 films, and the average Joe may think you have all this time. You got Monday, and you play Monday night. Obviously, it's about all you can do to get after the district tournament, to eat some type of dinner and get home. And I started looking at film Monday night actually before I went to bed. I'd already anticipated a little bit. I had 1 film on them, and then you get 3 more the next morning. So then you got to do your regular job. I'm also a teacher here. I teach a science class, and I teach PE, and then we go to practice, and then that's a couple more hours, and then we do the weight room. So the time, we all got the same amount of time, us in Cookville. And the good news, we're at home. They got to travel down here. They're smaller than us. They probably will have 5 players on the floor that can shoot the 3 ball at any given time. And we have some talented 3-point shooters. Mm-hmm. We don't particularly have 5 at a time out there. But it's 2 different styles. They're going to spread you out and try to dribble drive and hope you overcommit and dish for the open 3 or get to the rim. We're more of a pick and roll team, pick and pop. Hannah was talking about getting better at the 3. She's got some big shoes to fill with Anna Walker next year. Yeah. Not many people have the luxury of having a post player like Anna, which now is on the wing. But we can change her up and play at the 4, play at the 3. So we got 2 different styles of basketball here. But who will win out, we'll know Friday night. If they shoot the ball really well, and we have to come out and reach them, and if they get by us off the dribble and we don't rotate properly, this could be a very challenging game. But I know I wouldn't trade teams, but it's a 1-game showdown. At this point, these girls will tell you, we're treating Cookville just like if we were playing the #1 team in the nation. It makes no difference. The preparation has to be the same. We will watch film again today for 25 minutes. We'll go out and practice for an hour and a half. And then we're going to go down and eat at the Cheesecake Factory as a team tonight. A little district championship reward.
Hey, I'm free.
Yeah. If you can get down there early and get us a table, then I'll buy you a meal. But so I hope the fans will come out. They mean a lot to us. I know it's a lot of basketball,
But it's that time of year.
I saw Gwen Sawyer sitting right behind her bench Monday night. I hope he doesn't repeat everything he heard, but I know that he was there cheering us on, and I see a lot of faculty members, but it's hard. The boys are playing one night, we play one night, boys one night. It's hard to make everything, I know that. But we're at home, and I think these girls deserve a good crowd here tomorrow night. I know they'll play a little harder. I know they will.
Yeah, and I want to see us another home game too.
Absolutely.
Next Saturday night there.
Yes.
But let me start with Sloan here. Sloan, obviously you're on the #1 ranked team in the state. You were not part of the state championship team last year, but maybe you'll be on one in the future here. But being on a team with Anna Walker and Anna Mahone and Jemiah and people at the wing position that you have, and then inside for you with Mahone, it's got to help you to be in practice to go against people of that caliber of play, because, hey, if you're just practicing against somebody that wasn't very good, that's not going to help you. But you want to have to go against the team that you do. That's got to help you and
Yes,
help
sir.
Coach Reuter prepare, because it sort of feeds itself, I guess, to a point where, hey, if I don't play good, I'm not getting in the game to replace a big or go in at wing or point guard like with you. So, does that help you in the practice routines with the Bearettes?
Yes, definitely.
Well, I thought it would have to. Yeah,
Who's the
Andy?
toughest, who do you hate to guard you the most?
Jemiah.
Oh,
She's
Cuthbert.
really fast.
Quick. Oh, yeah.
Really fast.
Who's the hardest to guard?
Jemiah.
Jemiah on both ends? Yeah. Jemiah gets after it. She's quick,
I bet.
below the ground, yeah.
Yeah.
He's very
Most
aggressive.
of our girls don't like Jemiah to hound them in practice, because she makes you have to turn it up, or she's going to take the ball from you.
Well, and that's what she needs to see. You know, you need to be like her with
Who's the
quickness.
toughest girl on the post to guard?
I'd say Anna Mahonen. Well, Anna Mahonen and Anna Walker are pretty hard to guard because Anna's really good. Anna Mahonen's good at the
And she's
inside.
strong.
Yes,
And
she's
she's
very
strong.
strong. But you have to. Anna can go inside and shoot the three also. So they're both pretty hard to
Yeah,
guard.
it's interesting to hear. I thought I knew what her answer would be. I didn't know what this one would be, but it's interesting to hear that. I'm learning something here today, Gary.
Well, and you get to practice against those bigs in there, and now you're not filled out yet like they are, so you need to muscle up and bulk up. I know you guys are in the weight room. That's
Yes,
part
sir.
of being a Bear. That's what you do there, but it's going to make you better in the long run. And I can only imagine practice like that against somebody at that caliber would be,
There's no saying it's
Yeah.
iron sharpens iron.
yeah.
You know, you sharpen a knife, maybe with a file, which is made out of metal. So that's been part of our success, is having good players, but having them go against other good players.
Yeah.
You know, that only make these girls better. And Anna Walker was a wiry freshman. Probably not, I'm gonna brag on Hannah, probably not as far along as Hannah is right now. And look at her today. She signed with UTC, and
Yeah.
she was All-Stater last year. I'm projecting her to be All-State again this year. So there's something to that.
Yeah, I agree with you there. It's going to be fun. We got the big game tomorrow night. And we thank you girls for being with us today here on BCHS.TV, and Coach Reuter as always. We need a big crowd tomorrow night. We're going to have the game on the radio, and it's going to also be streamed over NFHS network. If anybody subscribes to that, they can watch it. Mr. Schroyer and the students will be taking care of that tomorrow night and Saturday night as well for the boys, because the boys are home Saturday night against Stone Memorial, so that's another big game. Got to remind the folks, these are win or go home type games. We need your support there. Come early, sit back, relax. It starts at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock is tip-off time here at Brandon Central and Jim Smith Arena. Same for the boys on Saturday night, and they'll take on Stone Memorial. And we'll be carrying both those on the radio as well as streaming those games on the NFHS network. Any further thoughts, Coach?
Thank you for having us. Thank these two young
Glad to be
ladies,
here.
and please come out and support the Bearettes. And I promise you won't be disappointed. They're going to play hard for you. I promise you that. So thank you.
Sloan Carpenter, Hannah Jones, a couple of freshmen. This will not be the last time we'll talk.
Okay.
And for now, we'll say so long for now. God bless, and go Bearettes.